Good afternoon, my dearest Sabahans and all Malaysians. I have been of late plugging my ears for the reason that a few people have awoken to the untruth and called brother Anwar Ibrahim as a dictator. Well, it's a very familiar term, dictator. As Malaysians, both East and West, especially we in Sabah and Sarawak, have really felt what a dictator is. We have seen various countries under dictators on television, but we have actually experienced in life what a dictator is. 32 years to this day have gone by under the dictatorship of dictators, being supported not by their own courage and guts, but by what is called, or what was called, as ISA. That weapon was needed to keep every Malaysian, East and West, shut of mouth and shut of everything else. The moment you squeak, you are in. The same thing happened to Anwar Ibrahim. We go back 44 years. My humble self and brother Anwar go back 44 years. I have seen the man in the thick and thin. I have seen him in the worst of human life for no fault of his. I have seen how people relished seeing him hammered, humiliated, harassed, and counting bars. After all that, if that man is still today the Prime Minister of Malaysia, our Prime Minister, I honestly feel that we must have common sense to understand that it is God's will that he has to be the Prime Minister. And when God is with him, nobody can be against him. I'm recording this from the car because I move around. My life has been with the poor and needy. I share what God has given me with the poor and needy. That is why I'm recording this from one part of Sabah. To tell the Malaysian that a dictator does not shed tears in a public general assembly saying he wants to step down, nor does a dictator crumble to the pressure of other communities outside Malaysia. I would not name them, but people who know. The first billions that were lost by this country were not now. The game was started, the seed was sowed, the plant was germinated with the Bank Bumiputra scandal in the early 80s or 90s. Then came the others, follow suit. And now the country is in turmoil. From Malaysia from glory is now in agony. And if they say that Anwar Ibrahim is a dictator, though he is not, then I think we should all wake up, sit and think Do we need a dictator as a naughty child needs a cane to be set right? That's my question. We deserve somebody, if you call him a dictator, to cleanse this country, rid it of all the robbery that has taken place, of the hard-earned sweat and toil of people like me who have paid their dues to the national exchequer over years. If he is there trying to, at least for once, after Tun Hussein on, to look down the grassroots and say, hey, you poor people, I'm there for you. I want to bring you back to where you ought to be, with a decent meal on your table and a shelter on your top, a proper clothing and education for your children. If that is what the man is doing, and if he wants to nominate his entire body, his soul and the people around him for the cause of the country's poor, and for everybody equal, race, religion or creed, whatever you call it, and in that process, if he wants to bring back the stolen property of this country, the stolen money of this country, and go after people who have taken it away, and if you call him a dictator, so be it. But let me tell you one thing. In these 4 months, the whole world has acclaimed this country, this man, and said he is on the right path. International people, devoid of who they are. From the African continent to the Americas to the Middle East. 4 months. What was not achieved in 32 years, the man is repairing in 4 months. And you call him a dictator. God bless them. Dictators are not called incalcitrants by foreign powers. The people outside this country realized that our ex-leaders at one time were called incalcitrant. It's sad. It's sad. When people come of a certain age, they've got to bid farewell or be sane. When insanity strikes somebody, they should sit quiet and still and not further damage the roots of this country, which the so-called Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim of ours, may God bless him, is doing for the sake of this country. What more do you want a man in 4 months to do to bring this country's name on the up and climb, to bring the ringgit up and climb? What more do you want in 4 months? And still you say he's a dictator. My answer is very simple. He is not, and he never will be. But if you want to say that his deeds are that of a dictator, I think we deserve to have such a dictator, a noble dictator who will look for the poor, who will look for the middle class, and who will look for the proper people and make Malaysia as one country to get back its own glory. I will simply put it this way to all these people who are now barking away about him. If you are not able to get your handouts, if you're not able to rob this country anymore, then I think you should respectfully keep quiet and not dig your own graves. And moreover, I would like to tell every Malaysian, especially those who are calling Anwar Ibrahim a dictator, my simple ideology. Lead, follow, or simply get out of the way. That is the best solution for Malaysia. Let the man be, give him a chance. He has done well and he will do well. The ballot is in your hand, it's not anywhere else. The ballot is in your hand. We put him there, we will see how he performs, and I be assured, I know the man. He is our Prime Minister, a revered Prime Minister, but I tell you, I know the man for decades. He is an institution in his own right. He does not need anybody to do anything for him. He is there to lead, to guide, and take this country on an upward trend. Trust me, I'm a very humble man, but I'm trying to tell every Malaysian, give Anwar Ibrahim a chance and he will do well for this nation. God bless every one of you. Thank you for your time. And I hope and pray the barking dogs will stop barking and let peace and quiet reign this country rather than unwanted sounds. Thank you very much.